What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dice House from our DCUO commentary. Just wanted to bring this video here to you guys today. Talk a little bit about what's going on with me. I haven't been on, no, I haven't put out a video in a while, and I haven't been on a game that much. Honestly, I've been playing a lot of Batman Arkham City. It's a good game. I like it a lot. Also, some other real life stuff. As you can tell, I'm getting over a cold right now. That's probably the reason why I haven't posted a video up. But I wanted to get this video out to you guys because they are doing update 6 today. The servers will be down for a couple hours, and talk about some of the patch notes they've put out for everybody here. Starting with the biggest thing, the combat rating system they're implementing here, with going to determine on basically what missions you can queue into, dependent on the gear that you have available at the time of yourself. From my understanding here, what I'm reading here, once you hit level 30, everybody gets all the, end game missions, all the duos, the alerts, and the raids and everything. Well, now, whether or not you're going to actually get that mission or not to go do Batcave 3 is going to depend on whether or not you have the proper combat rating for it. Basically, that's going to be determined on the amount of gear that you have, the level of gear that you have. So if you have tier 1 gear and you want to go into FOS 1, you're not going to be able to queue in for that raid simply because you don't have the combat rating for it. It's going to make for some interesting pug situations, and seeing a lot of people trying to carry their friends through some of these raids and alerts and everything to get them the gear that they need and everything. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how exactly this all works out. I think it's a good thing too, because that way you don't have to worry about somebody with in blues and greens trying to jump in on your inner Batcave raid. So we'll see how that goes. A few things else they've changed here. The tier 3 enemies, such as those found in the Fortress of Solitude, are going to be their attacks are going to ignore 25% of the base defense. This really makes no sense to me. The ads in those raids, especially FOS 2, hit so hard as it is right now. To make it basically so that they hit harder is just ridiculous to me. Why they would do this. Granted, now they do say here that they are raising the defense values for tier 3 armor, which is nice. We appreciate that, but why make it so that we're getting hit harder anyways? I mean, and unless they're doing a 25% increase on the tier 3 values, this change makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Like I said, unless it's simply just to keep people with only tier 2 gear from being able to complete the FOS 2 raid or something. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out. A few other things that they've made changes to here, especially in regards to PvP. It seems like from reading a lot of these patch notes, which I'll have a link to in the description below for everybody, a lot of these patches, it seems to me like they're trying to make dominance a important stat again in PvP. Before, dominance has played absolutely no role in PvP. That's been flat out stated by the devs on a few occasions before, not too long after launch. But now it seems like they are trying to make dominance an important role in PvP. Talk a little bit about some of the changes they made for PvP. They fixed the whole thing where player would show up as flagged for PvE in an arena. That's a good thing. They fixed that. I ran into a few people doing that little glitch there. The PvP trinkets should now remove healer and tank counter roll debuffs. They've adjusted the budgets for tank and controller PvP armor to include dominance now. Tanks who use superpowers against metal gadgets and light players will cancel personal damage prevention and power over time effects. So that's kind of sounding to me like a tank is going to be able to hit a mental player once they've used grandeur, and it'll go right through their. It'll completely cancel out the grandeur effects. Psychic empowerment, defibrillator, and recharge when used while in the control role will now remove healer role anti-tank debuffs. Uh, this sounds like kind of a good thing here. Gets controllers helping out with helping the tanks out for removing any debuffs. Seeing as how I don't believe, pretty sure tanks can't remove their debuffs on themselves when they get them from healers. So that's a nice thing to have there. The healer role anti-tank debuffs should now also prevent fire self-healing as well as removing tank debuffs and ice damage absorbing effects. Red debuff icon is now applied when this effect is active. One quick thing I want to say about the whole healer debuffs on tanks that the controller's going to be able to remove now. I think that's a good thing. Maybe it'll get some of these some of the less than apt trollers out there to try and help out with keeping power up on everybody. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't do it. The other thing they've added here, they made a change to that I think is a good thing, especially for new players coming up, is the Tier 1 PvP weapons, the ones that you can buy from the Ring More and Diamond Heist vendors. They're going to now have a they're going to add 192 precision whenever you use them against another player, raising their DPS up to 97.1, which is on par with the raid weapons we've gotten from the Batcave raids and Kondak. They're also going to ignore 12% of a player's toughness, and the Tier 2 PvP weapons are going to ignore 25% of a player's toughness. So I think maybe they're trying to balance out this whole thing with toughness being boosted from before. So now they're making it so people will hit harder with their weapons now. Which we'll have to see how that works out too. I think that's a good thing. The other changes they were talking about, like I was talking about with the whole dominance thing, with like fire, the amount of heals that I get, that I will be getting as a fire tank, are they've changed out the entire 25% bonus health debuff from the uses of certain powers, but fire tanks still get a 60% health increase, or an increase of 60% whenever I use powers. But the fire tanks now gain additional health based on their dominance score. The increase is slightly more than 2 additional health for every point of dominance. So I don't know. We're having to see how that works out for tanking, especially in PvE. I can see how this is going to be a great help. PvP, I don't know. We'll have to see how it works out. Another thing they changed with this is why I talk about the whole dominance thing with gadgets players. Damage prevention effect of hide now scales and prevents damage equal to about 50% of your restoration score and 100% of your dominance combined. Cooldown has been decreased to 20 seconds. Non-stealth game effects can now persist after the stealth effects have ended. They've made, like I said, they've made a lot. These are some they seem like small changes, but they're very significant. Like I said, I'll have a link for down here in the description for you guys. Sorry it's been a while since I put a video out. I hope you liked this one. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Y'all take care. Bye.